जय गुरुनाथ।
Om Gurunatha Jaya Gurunatha.
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 Gurunatha Jaya Gurunatha.
Om Gurunatha Jaya Gurunatha.
Sadgurunatha.
Sadgurunatha.
Mama Gurunatha.
Mama Gurunatha.
Om Namo Narayanaya.
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 Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya.
Om Yam Brahma Varnendra Rudramarutah Stumanti Divyasvai Vedai Samavadakramo Parishadai Gayanti Yam Samaga Jnanastikatadgatena Manasa Sashyanti Yam Yoginah Yashantam Nirussurasragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Devaya Tasmai Namaha. So in the last class we were discussing the Sattva-guru. This is the one guna which is sometimes called as Vidya Maya. Maya is of two types, Vidya Maya and Avidya Maya. So, avidya maya will bind you to this maya, to this samsara, to this birth. Whereas vidya maya will help you come out of this samsara. So, in this regard, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to give a beautiful story. What is that story? So once a person was walking along the forest. So then 3 robbers got him, looted everything of him. And then what to do with this person now? One person said, let us kill him. Otherwise he will go and report to the police and it's a problem. The second one said, no, let us not kill him. He appears to be a good person. Let us just tie him down. So then he was tied down to a tree. All the 3 left. Out of that, the 3rd one had little compassion for him. So he came back. He loosed him, set him free. Now he's in the middle of the jungle. So that robber, the 3rd robber said, okay, come with me, I will show you the way. So he took him out of the forest and showed the road. See, this way, you straight go, you reach the city. So this person was so thankful to this 3rd robber. Why don't you also? No, if I come, police will catch me. So here, the first robber was tamas. Second robber ties him down is rajas, and the 3rd robber is also robber only. But he frees him and then liberates him. So this 3rd robber is what is called as Sattva. He is a part of Maya. The Sattva is a part of Maya, but it will help you come out of Maya. That is the glory of. So that is why it is called as Vidya Maya. Vidya Maya. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa sometimes says, if your wife is Vidya Maya, then nothing to worry. If she is Avidya Maya, it's a problem. So what is Avidya Maya? The one who will bind you to this world, never allow you to go spiritually. Anyway, that also is Bhagavan's reason only. Lot of Vairagya comes, when Avidya Maya comes as wife. Anyway, this is what Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to say. Lot of stories he will say like this. So if you read Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, you will find all these stories. So we were discussing Sattva-guna. Sattva-guna is also a part of Maya. It is also magic, but it will help us come out. It is something like, you see, in the dream, there are so many dream things and beings, etc. But then there is a dream lion who comes and pounces upon you and then wake you. So though that dream lion is also a part of dream, but that dream lion does a great job. What is that? It helps you come out of dream. Something being a part of dream, helping you come out of dream. That is what this Sattva is. Right, so we were discussing the characteristics of Sattva. Characteristics means what? Lakshana. Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat. Prakashakam anamayam. Sukha sangena badhnati. Jnana sangena jnana. Now see the bandhana prakara here, how it binds you. Binds you means what? You get addicted. See, there is a sattvic addiction also. Sattvic addiction. What are the sattvic addiction? Sukha sangena, jnana sangena. So when your mind is more and more sattvic, there is an automatic attraction for knowledge. See, jnana sangena is loves satsang, but addicted to satsang. One day without satsang, you become miserable. Because that jnana gives you sukham. So which sukham are we talking of here? Sukham also is of different types. Sattvic sukham, rajasic sukham and tamasic sukham. What is tamasic sukham? Sleep. What is rajasic sukham? Indulgence. And what is sattvic sukham? The joy of a peaceful mind, the joy of noble thoughts, the joy of selfless service, joy of meditation. These are all sattvic joys. So once you are exposed to the higher joy, you cannot be satisfied with the lower pleasures. Tamasic joy is lowest. Rajasic joy is higher. Sattvic joy is the highest. Once you have tasted sattvic joy, you cannot be satisfied with rajasic or tamasic joys. So sukha sangena badnati. And you see, another thing is, as you go on progressing in sadhana, the mind becomes purer and purer and purer and purer. So pure mind is like, suppose your flooring is white marble, white tiles. See, the floor is very dirty, little more dirt you will not even recognize. But suppose it is very clean, then smallest, one strand of hair also can see it. Because it is pure, even a little bit of impurity, you very clearly see it. In the same way, as the mind becomes purer and purer, it also becomes very sensitive. So a little bit of disturbance, immediately your attention goes inside. And it's a very, 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 very good virtue to be sensitive. Why is it a virtue? It is a virtue because it brings your attention immediately. So every negative thought has a tendency to multiply and gain momentum. Every negative thought. Just like every falling stone from the mountain has a tendency to pick up speed. That is the nature of the mind. So in the same way, every negative thought has this tendency to multiply, to gain momentum, become intense. So when negative thoughts become intense, what happens? Once it gains sufficient momentum, negative thoughts become negative speech, negative action, and negative reaction. So now what happens is, as the mind becomes pure, at a very initial stage itself, you are able to detect it. So what is the law? Earlier the detection, easier the correction. This is the law. If you are able to detect at a very early stage, you are indeed lucky. Because nipping it in the bud becomes very easy. Once negative thoughts have gained momentum, it is like a whirlpool. Nearer you go to the whirlpool, lesser chance that you can escape the whirlpool. In that outer periphery, you can always come out. The pull is not too much. In the same way, as a negative thought momentum builds up, slowly, your ability to come out comes down. Because slowly the intellect gets paralyzed. It's not able to think properly. It gets crippled. Through the intellect only you have to come out. But in the process, what is happening is intellect becomes more and more helpless as the negative thoughts begin. So therefore, at an early stage, if you are able to detect, you are always able to come out of that negative thought. How to come out of negative thought? by replacing it with positive thought. Wrong thinking has to be replaced by right thinking. This is the way to come out of any negative thought. Wrong thinking has to be replaced by right thinking. Where do you get right thinking? Scriptures. That is why scriptural study is very essential. We must know how to think right. What is the right way? All our study groups, satsang, all these are helpful because right thinking has to become a habit. When your mind is sattvic state, number one, it will help you detect that a negative thought has arisen. Beware. The warning signal will sound loud. You're the mind, louder the signal. How do we hear the signal? Pain in the heart. It's not hearing in the ears. It is a pain in the heart. Somewhere, by mistake, you entertained a wrong thought or you uttered a wrong word or whatever. There is an intense guilt, conscience prick. Purer the mind, greater the intensity of guilt. These are all the blessings of having a pure mind. Because a pure mind becomes a channel for the Lord to communicate with us. This is what happens. So whenever we deviate from the path of dharma, that deviation is amplified by a sattvic mind. You deviated 0.01. Pure mind will amplify 1,000 times and show it to you. So that way you can say that a pure mind is like a lens, magnifying lens. You see everything magnified. Magnified means what? Very clearly you see. That's the whole point. So therefore, a person with a sattvic mind is able to correct Moses' mistakes at a thought level itself. It doesn't enter into speech or action level. I hope you know the game of cricket. In cricket, sattvic person is like a person who is facing a cricket ball coming at a very slow pace. Purer the mind, slower the ball. So therefore he has enough time where to hit this ball. You see, rajasic mind, impure mind, that fellow doesn't even know when the ball has come. So there's enough time to think, okay, this is the situation, okay. So these are all the benefits. Prakasham, anamayam, and therefore it is anamayam. So we are discussing the reasons why a sattvic mind is peaceful and how a sattvic person is able to keep the mind peaceful. So therefore, our first responsibility is to ensure that the mind is sattvic. How to make the mind sattvic? All spiritual sadhanas make the mind sattvic. Prayer, japa, meditation, satsang. You should be comfortable in sattva. You should never be comfortable in rajas or tamas. Make it a habit. The moment mind enters into other two modes, try to bring back the mind into sattva. This is the only responsibility. The rest everything will be different. The world around you, the people around you, the happenings around you, everything will be taken care of. If you take care of your mind. Wise people do this. this addiction towards knowledge and sukham is a good addiction. It's not a bad addiction. Though we use the term addiction, sukha sangena badhanati, this you're bound. But this bondage is good. Why this bondage is good? Because sattvic addiction will help you come out of rajasic and tamasic addiction. Addiction to the higher helps you get de-addicted to the lower. For example, getting up early in the morning. This is an addiction. Very good. I'm addicted to taking bath in the morning. Very good. I'm addicted to satsang. Very good. I'm addicted to chanting the name of the Lord. Excellent. Though we use the term addiction, it is in a good sense. Though it is in Maya, it is good. Vidya Maya it is. Right. Sukha sangena badhanati jnana sangena. So, what is Lakshana? Characteristics? Prakashatmakam. What is Bandhana Prakara? Bondage? Sukha sangena jnana sangena. Okay, so the 5 aspects you have to remember. You are going to get answers for this. Now the next. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi. Trishna sanga samudbhavam. Tannibadhnati kaunteya. Karma sangena dehinam. Together. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi. Trishna sanga samudbhavam. Tannibadhnati kaunteya. Karma sangena dehinam. Yes. Rajaha ragatmakam vidhi. So sattva is prakashatmakam. This is ragatmakam. Raga means what? Desire. Raga means attachment. So rajas. This rajasic mood is of the nature of desire, it's of the nature of attachment. Trishna sanga samudbhavam. Born out of Trishna, deep craving is called Trishna. Asanga, intense attachment. So, this is a characteristic of Rajoguna. Intense attachment. Attachment to what? Things, beings, situations. When we say sense objects, Vishaya, in Sanskrit, Vishaya means things, beings, or situation. Intense attachment. Compare it with Sattva. Just watching. Watching means what? Detachment. Healthy detachment. Whereas here, that ability is not there. The mind gets sucked into that thing, being or situation. Completely. So what is the condition of intellect? Jammed, paralyzed, unable to think. Unable to think. It can be a thing, it can be a being or a situation. So what is this condition? Is he a master or is he a slave? Slave. Sattva is a master. He sees that, but that ability to take decision is still there. Objects, emotions, everything he sees, but he is not addicted to it. He remains a master. Sattva. Whereas here, a person becomes a slave. He is not able to think. anything which makes you a slave, understand it is your enemy. Whether it is a thing, being or situation. This is the definition of spirituality. Anything which makes you a slave. Attachment to a person. Oh, without this person I cannot live. This person is my life. What have you become? Master or a slave? But that is what is glorified in the world. How much know this person? But in spirituality, it is slavery. You must always remain a master of all situations. Rajo Ragapakam Niti. Intense attachment. And you will always find that people who are too much attached to things, beings, and situations, their ego also will be very high. They are directly connected. Why? Because in order to get attached to a thing, that sense object is there. How will you interact with sense object? Sense organs. How will you use sense organs? By identifying your body. You see? Identification with the body, then sense organs, then sense objects. So without strong identification with the body, intense attachment to sense object is not possible. Therefore, as your identification with the body goes away, what goes away? All these things go away. They're all connected. This person, according to him, happiness is, what is happiness? Outer world. This object is giving me happiness. This being, this person is giving me happiness. This situation is giving me happiness. What is the definition of happiness of a sattvic person? Peace of mind is happiness. Discipline of mind and sense organs is happiness. That is sattvic joy. What about rajasic person? Object is happiness, things, beings, happiness. World equal to happiness. World is happiness. So therefore, if I ask him to sit down quietly, can he do it? No. Sattvic person will sit because his happiness is within. His happiness is directly connected to his noble thoughts. Nirmalatvat. Sattvic person, whenever he is disturbed, he will immediately try to correct his thoughts. A rajasic person, when he is disturbed, what will he do? He will say, oh, because this thing is not there, I am unhappy. I should get that thing. So see the next line. Tannibadhnati kauntaya karma sangena dehinam. So what is the solution for him to become happy? Karma is the solution. Work hard, get your desire fulfilled, be happy. This is his equation. So therefore, he becomes a workaholic person. Like alcoholic person, there is something called workaholic. Can't sit quietly even for a moment. Highly restless. And whenever he sits quietly, he feels I am wasting time. I could have done so much. I could have earned so much. Okay. Sitting for meditation also, according to him, if it is not getting converted into dollars, it is a waste of time. This also you must see. See, this person values the world. And to get anything of the world, what is the means? Money is the means. So such a person will be money-minded also. Ego, money-mindedness, extrovertedness, restlessness, these are all connected. find a lot of hypocrisy also in his life. Show off, pomp. Because what is his joy? Because he is a highly egoistic person, his joys are all egoistic joys. Egoistic joy means what? Name, fame, power, possession, respect. He enjoys it. Somebody praising him, he loves it. So, because his source of joy is the ego, how to get more and more joy? Make the ego bigger and bigger. How to make the ego bigger? Ahankara can be expanded by making mamakara big. This is the way. How to expand my aham? Remember, any expansion of aham is joy. Any expansion of aham is joy. Why is it joyful? Because the nature of aham is infinity. Any expansion, you are actually nearing your own nature. But unfortunately, we are trying to expand the ego. It is in the wrong direction. The best way to expand aham is to drop aham. Just like the drop. One way for that water drop is to expand. But how much ever that water drop expands, there is a limit. But another way is just dissolve in ocean. Then what happens? That water drop becomes infinite. In the same way, the best way to make the aham infinite is to dissolve it. In the higher aham, pure consciousness is called higher aham. But ignorant people don't know about this. They know only one way of expanding the aham, that is expanding the ego. And how do they expand the ego? By expanding mamakara. Aham, mama. Mama means mine. So when you expand mine, I expand I. I and mine go together. Whatever belongs to me is a part of me. So if I want to expand myself, expand my possessions, positions, name, fame, talents, abilities. They are all mama. As the mama expands, aham also expands. Ahamkara, mamakara. I and mine in English we say. But actually speaking, any expansion of aham is really speaking, it is misery. In superficial analysis, it appears that it is giving joy, but actually it is misery. That ability to think deep, this rajasic person doesn't have. Sattvic person has it. His vision is penetrating vision. Rajasic person doesn't have that ability. So he thinks expansion of aham itself is joy. Actually, expansion of aham is misery. How does it cause misery? Every time I make this aham big, I start comparing with others. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madamatsarya, all those things go for aham only. Kama. So, this egoistic person, when he looks within, what does he find there? He finds his ego. He doesn't find God in his heart. He finds his ego. Remember, ego is a beggar. It begs. Begs for praise. Begs for happiness. Begs for recognition. Begs for pleasure. It's a beggar. So now, you are installing a beggar in your heart. So when you look within to meditate, you are finding a beggar. Will you be happy? When a sattvic person looks within, he finds Bhagavan in his heart. When a Rajasic person looks within, he finds the ego in his heart because he has installed ego there. So inside he doesn't find happiness, so where will he search for happiness? Outside. Outside, what happens? Will he get sense objects, pleasures. So he thinks this is happiness. So that is how karma comes. First one is karma. Desire for sense objects. Karma. So when he indulges in sense objects, he finds happiness, he thinks this is the real happiness. But suppose he is addicted to something and he is not getting it, then what happens? Karma becomes krodha, anger. Intensity of attachment to things, that intensity of attachment takes the form of anger. Anger and attachment, they are connected, always. They are directly proportional also. Find out what all things make you angry. And try to find out where is that attachment because of which you are angry. A very good exercise again. What is that which makes you angry, irritated, disturbed? Find out where is your attachment. Sometimes the attachment is very, very subtle also. Somebody is not agreeing with me, that can create anger. My knowledge is the highest. Somebody says, no, I don't agree with you, and I become disturbed. It can be attachment to your thoughts, your philosophy of life. Attachment. So karma, from there comes krodha. When your desire is not fulfilled, krodha, kama, krodha. Next one, lobha. You get it, you are not satisfied. You want more and more of it. Lobha, greed. Lobha, kama, krodha, lobha, moha. Next is moha, yeah. Moha means what? Infatuation. What is infatuation? You are so attached to something that your brain stops functioning. That is called as moha. Brain stops functioning, and then you make statements. Without you, I cannot even think of life. These are all the words of moha. Without this thing, I cannot survive. You are my life. All those things are moha. You have nothing to do with the other entity. But the intellect says no. Moha is infatuation. You become wisdom blind. Just like there are people who are color blind. Color blind people can't see colors, you know. In the same way, there is something called wisdom blind. Moha. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha. Next is mada, superiority complex. I have more, others have less, so therefore I am superior to others. Mada. If you have more, you have superiority complex. If you have less, you will have inferiority complex. That is called as matsarya. All these 6 defects are related to an object outside you. Something related to the world. Any person who is attached to the world will have all these 6. If the source of my happiness is the world, I will struggle with these 6 negative emotions. An egoistic person is miserable. An egoistic person always wants to talk about himself or herself. I am the center of the world. You discuss with that person anything. Second, third line will boil down to oneself. I. You just observe. See, we are discussing this not to point out somebody. Look at your own mind. When you are engaged in a conversation, are you doing this mistake? That person is describing something. I've gone here for picnic, long weekend, I went here. Suddenly this person, I also went here. Then why don't you patiently listen? One elderly Amma was talking about her grandchild. Suddenly this elderly Amma said, my grandchild. You don't have patience to listen to that other person. Why? When that person talks about his or her mamakara, I am reminded of. I am not listening to that person. I am saying, how should I present myself and describe the glory of my ahamkara and mamakara? A Sattvic person patiently listens. Why? Because there is no pressure of vasanas. A Rajasic person can never listen. Because he is filled with himself. He wants to talk only about himself. His attainment, his glory. Raga. So this is another exercise you have to do. When you are in a conversation, how patiently can you listen to the garbage of others? It's a test of your purity. What is the capacity of a garbage truck? How much garbage it can take without getting overfull? But suppose the garbage truck is already full, then somebody is pouring out the garbage. If you are already full, you can't listen. But if you are empty, you say, okay, patiently will listen. And that person will feel relieved. You just observe. You don't have to do anything. You have to just keep listening to these people. They will be so attached to you because rarely that person found anyone listen. You know, it's a great relief when you are telling your problem to somebody and somebody is patiently listening. Not distracted listening, patiently listening. Then what happens is whoever is speaking, the person finds great relief. As though that person has been unburdened. But yes, the person who is listening, if he doesn't have the capacity, he will feel burdened. Listening to garbage is not a joke. A Sattvic person has got a lot of emptiness within. So therefore he is never burdened. The negative thought from the outer world cannot create a ripple in a Sattvic mind. That ripple dies down. Whereas in a Rajasic person, a little ripple becomes a tsunami. See, there is a lot of water. A small ripple you create, it travels a long distance, isn't it? A lot of water. If there is no water, then there is no ripple. Even if little water is there, immediately it dies. That ability we have to develop. Even when negativity is injected, how long do you remain negative? you listen to that negativity, yes, it affects you. But your purity is so much that that negative thought cannot exist in you. Just like a seed cannot sprout in fire. So this ability we have to see. These are all the benefits of a sattvic mind. Rajasic person, he wants to talk and talk and talk to himself. He's full of himself. If you don't agree with him, cutting. I don't know whether you know that. Very small. Cutting means I will not talk to you. The person who disagrees with you, you don't want to talk to that person. Person who patience, oh, is it so? Okay. Huh? You love that person. So we are seeing the glories of an egoistic person. Sattvic person left to himself is quiet. Not only speech-wise he is quiet, mind-wise also he is quiet. He uses the mind as an instrument. When there is a need to think, he thinks. If there is no need to think, he suspends his thinking. What about a rajasic person? Even when there is no need to think, his mind is chattering. Worry, unwanted thoughts. Chattering mind. These are all the expressions of rajas. Unnecessary thinking. Rajo ragatmakam viddhi. Trishna sangasama. What is this person thinking? The more and more you are attached to all these things, that attachment expresses as chattering. Attachment expresses as wandering mind. At the seat of meditation, you see, mind is wandering. Why is it wandering? There has to be a reason. Don't say that it is the nature of the mind. No. The nature of the mind is to remain silent. But then why is it wandering? It is wandering because there is attachment. This thing is the source of my happiness. This person is the source of my happiness. This thing should always remain with me. This person should always remain with me. Only then I am safe. Only then I am secure. Only then I am happy. How can I make this thing with me always? Yes. That is called destruction. Constantly thinking of yoga kshetra. How to preserve the thing, how to aim the thing, how to preserve the thing. And if that thing is a source of sorrow, how to get rid of that thing. This is the direction which the mind is constantly thinking. How to get rid of people who are creating trouble for me. How to be with people who are giving joy for me. And like that, there are millions of things. Constantly mind is thinking. Ajnanam prashamakaram yadindriyam. Dhanyashtam Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji says. What is the sign of knowledge? Prashamakaram. Quietude of mind is the sign of knowledge. So this person, because of his attachment, and that attachment is very clearly seen at the body level. How is it seen? Karma sangena. Very busy. To achieve something, lot of ambitions. I must do this, doing that, this, that, this. There are more important things he doesn't see. Unimportant things, a lot of things are there in queue. All his time goes for the most unnecessary, unimportant things, and he has no time for the most important things. He is busy walking, but he has no time to open his eyes. Where is he going? I am so busy in my life walking that I don't have time to open my eyes. And you will always find that anyway will come later. So, Lakshana. What is Lakshana? Ragha. What is the Lakshana of Sattva? Prakasha. What is the Bandhana? Bandhana Prakara. Karma Sangena. Karma. So, Rajas is also. Now what? Tamas we will see at 11:30. Okay. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kasyit Dukkha Bhavet Asato Ma Sargamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnam Purnamudachyate